we started the class talking about saying that we invest based on industry. So since our investment is targeted towards the future, in fact, it is the future relevance of what you are investing into that makes us profitable, either short term or long term. So we need to look at what are the industries that would be profitable or that would dominate the next few years of our life. So we might want to start um, our research on Google by searching for uh, leading industry of the future. I'm just giving a random, like, as a beginner, where do I start from?
Okay.
Leading industry in the future, leading industry of the future. Because before we start analyzing a particular stock or something, we need suggestions. We cannot just go to where they list everything and start analyzing them, but we have thousands of them to deal with. So we need to do a search so that we can filter down on what we really need and we can know what are the things we are looking into. So look at this post now saying 10 fastest growing industry of the future. So if you go there or we look at which industry will go in the future. Now these are, and even if we want to make it restricted to the UK, we can say in the UK.
My pen, please.
Are you with me, sir?
Yeah, ma.
So now look at this post. What is the fastest growing industry in the UK? So it's saying number one, online alcoholic retailing in the UK, language learning software developers in the UK, online greeting cards retail, precious metal production in the UK, e-commerce and online auction. Remember we spoke about e-commerce when we were talking generally that time. Okay, respiratory protection and equipment manufacturing. So now, from what we've seen from all of these things, even without doing any further deeper research, you should be interested in these two: e-commerce, e-commerce and online auction, and the respiratory protection equipment because of COVID-19. So so let's take e-commerce and online auction. So we're just going to copy that and go back to our search button. Then we'll say that leading companies. So we need to know companies in that industry. Leading companies in the e-commerce and online auction industry in the UK. So now companies holding, we know that Amazon is one, but then we need more. We need more because when it comes to investing in an industry, I have one strategy that I normally recommend. Now, most people invest in the leading organization in that industry. So in this case, Amazon, maybe. But then, if you want, of course, Amazon is where to start with. But if you want to also make good profits, look at an undervalued company in that same industry that is young, that is on medium cap, more like a medium cap or a low cap organization that has proof of concepts, that is scalable, and then can, in this case now, that can sit where the leader of the industry is currently sitting conveniently in the next few years. So now look at who are the 10 top online reseller in the UK. We can look at all of those companies one by one like that. Now we know of eBay, we know of Apple. Now I'm just getting to know of Home Depot, Wayfair. So all of these guys, we're just going to pick them. So for example, now let's select. Let me bring out a notepad so that we can jot down. So notepad. So we have Home Depot. we have um, Wayfair, we have Best Buy, and then we have Costco rather. We have Target, and we have let's see. So now we have suggestion about that industry already. That if you want to do research, we can do research and then narrow down maybe one or two of them to say, okay, let's put this one or two on our watch list to see
Okay.
when it gets to a place where we can buy them. But at least we need to do some of this quick research to be able to even have an idea of what we need to invest in.
Okay.
So now that's that for the e-commerce. Let's look at the one of the respiratory something that we also saw.
Good. Watch the cable. Be careful.
Okay, this is another, I can't find that post again, but this is another list of 10 fastest growing industry of the future. Now we have Internet of Things, we have 3D printing, finding trust, sharing, this and that, and virtual reality and all of that. So connected schooling, digitalized hospitality. So let's look at digitalized hospitality, leading companies in digitalized hospitality industry.
Be careful. Be careful. Okay.
So leading companies in digitalized hospitality industry. So at times we look at some of these things, we look at them, search them through Google, search them through YouTube, just to have. Now all of this is still more of we are doing, a search via the industries.
Okay.
So we are looking for names of companies that are sitting in those leading industry, even though they might be very small and young, but we need to find them and know the kind of the names we are dealing with, because it is when we have the name that we can now start digging into them to say we want to know more about um, a particular industry, a particular organization. So as we come across those names, we put them down until we've gotten, like 10 names that we want to research into in that industry.
Okay.
So this post talks about the top digital transformation trend in hospitality and tourism. So all I'm looking for in this post is not so much of the content, but I'm looking for this writer to mention a particular name. Just give me name of organization, name of company. Because without him mentioning any name, this post is not so useful for me. And because when you go over people's posts, everybody have a sentiment, so they will sell their sentiment to you, and we don't need that now. We are looking for facts, not yet sentiment. We'll still go and look for sentiment, but we need to do our own research first before we start getting people's sentiment. Less they influence our decision about this particular stocks or company. So let's go with the one we've seen. So to say, let's go with now we have Home Depot, we have Wayfair, the ones that we came by when we were dealing with e-commerce. Home Depot,
E-commerce.
so Wayfair, Best Buy, Costco, and Target. So let's start with, let's say we want to research into Best Buy for now.
Okay.
So let's just put Best Buy on Google. So Best Buy, there's always a Wikipedia page about them, but that's not where we are even going. Now, their stock price is $116 as we speak, and then they are listed on New York Stock Exchange. The stock ticker is BBY. So we can do two things. And that leads us to, if we want to start with technical analysis or start with fundamental analysis. So to get some of these things done, let's just go to bestbuy.com, their website, then go to Wikipedia to read about that. Now, what we are looking for is not something so out of this world. Remember the three basic of what we are looking for. We are looking for proof of concept, scalability, and if it can sit down
The future.
if it can sit down at the top of the industry.
Yeah.
So this is bestbuy.com. Now they say choose a country. So they are currently in 3 countries. That's what it means. Now, for me, that is a good indication. It means they are scaling gradually. They are currently in Canada, they are in the United States, they are in Mexico. So in the next few months, by the time we check again, they might have added another country. So
yes,
let's check United States. And then now they have all of these products and all of this. Since we are not buying anything, so to say, so we really don't, we are not so much interested here. Let's go to their Wikipedia page. This is where we'll get a good viable information about them. So Best Buy is an American multinational consumer electronic retail. So headquarters is in Minnesota. It was originally founded by Richard Dees and that. So in 1983, so it's not really a new company. If not older than Amazon itself. So it's not really new. So it's 1983. So that is a minus point for them because we are looking at new innovative company. Because one thing with old companies, their culture might be hard, and they might have flexibility they might not be flexible to change. Same thing that Toyota is currently facing. Now, if it's a new company, it was probably born in the era where things are changing. So they don't have a reason not to change. And of course, it is their ability to change that must have probably kept them surviving if it's a new company.
Exactly.
But if it's a old company, they are sitting on a pile of cash already. So even if they are not changing, their losses might not have been able to eat up with their profit because they have a pile of cash already. So it is hard, it is not so easy for a big company, a old company to fail, even though they are already failing on paper. But a new company, when you start having losses over losses, it will be obvious because you don't have shock absorber in terms of capital, in terms of pile of cash. So now being a old company, unless we're able to find out somewhere that, okay, they have a new CEO, they have something that proves that they are really ready to take up the challenges of the future, and then they are giving their competitor a good run for their money, it might not be a good company to look into, except if you want to do short term with them. Are you getting this little
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's that for. But then another place we need to go to check out few things. Now, if you have not created accounts with TradingView, please do. And that one is not even hard. Once you get to TradingView,
TradingView.
Yes, TradingView.com. So when you get to TradingView, you just click on sign in. It will sign in with your Gmail account. If it's registered on your, it's already logged in on your PC. To just sign in. So when we get to TradingView, go to stocks. You go to stocks, then we can now look at, okay, maybe large cap or something. Then we can search for Best Buy. You know, we already know the ticker, BBY. So let's search for it. So this is Best Buy. Now, looking at it now, they are sitting on $30 billion market cap. So that explains what I said by they have pile of cash already. So even if they are failing, we might not know until it is too late. And then if you are looking at undervalued company to invest in, they might not be the best one. Why? Because they're already on the, you know, we select the top cap, the high cap.
Yeah.
So we are not looking for high cap, so to say. And if you are going to do high cap, we are looking at a company that is at the bottom of high cap, if possible. So looking at I don't want us to start looking at the charts for now, because that's
okay.
That's talking about the technicals. So look at this. This is where I'm actually going. This is your financials. Can you see this part?
Yes.
So their financials, the valuation, they are sitting on $29.87 billion. Their enterprise value is 28. The enterprise, the total share outstanding, number of employee, 125,000 employee. Number of shareholder, 2.1 thousand. Price to ratio, all of these things. I'll still break all of these things down when we start dealing with financials. Not so many of them concerns us, but the few ones that are very important are what we are going to pay attention to. But let's go through their profile. Engages in provision of consumer technology products and services. It operates through business segment, domestic and international, this and that and that. Now, this news, saddle price of stock expected to report quarterly. Now, this is what I do to make my research faster. I just go to YouTube. So I just go to YouTube and then, search for, we are dealing with e-commerce now. Best e-commerce, yes, to buy. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now you can see we have different videos. This one says the top 7 e-commerce stock to buy in 2020. Now the 9 best e-commerce stock to buy in 2020. So, instead of flipping page by page on Google, searching for all of these things. Now, this one says two e-commerce stock to buy for 2021. That's just 1 month ago, which is most recent. So I watched, so you look at most recent videos. Now, we are not doing
Okay.
that to just follow them, hook, line, and sinker. We are letting them give us, because when you watch a video like this, just like reading article also, everybody will sell their sentiment to you. So we are saying both sentiment and fact. But then these guys have taken their time to do many research. So in just 6 minute, 10-minute video, you have the chance to, pause, write down things you could search out for yourself from one page to another, from investing.com to TradingView to this, looking for it yourself. This person already pointed you out to it. So if you know you are looking for, more like somebody has already put everything together. So you discard their sentiments and you work with the facts. By the time you see like 4 or 5 of them like that, then you cannot bring everything they've said together and now do a little more research on it and you can make your decision. So that is faster than all of the things, all of the old method of go searching page by page and then look at the financials yourself, all of that. But you have the fast track method of look at what these guys are talking about, especially let's say you watch 10 videos and then all of the 10 videos have 2 stocks that they all mention, that they all recommend. You know that those 2, you must focus your attention on them and then look at them and then look at them, then do a little bit of fundamental and technical analysis. And if you are convinced to go in it already, then you have fast-tracked your research.
Yes.
So, and then if you don't even want to get so their sentiment at all, like what I do these days is when I just open the chat, the video, I can just mute it and go to the description, because some people will have mentioned the name of the stocks in their description, so I don't need to even watch the video.
Okay.
So like this one is saying 2 e-commerce stock for 2021. Now I'm looking for the names of the stocks so that I can just go and do my research straight without having to waste my time on his video. So since this one did not mention it, you want us to watch the video. How many minutes is it? 6 minutes. So let's look at it. Can you hear the audio?
Yeah. No. Go loud.
Now is a good time to invest. Before I get into it, I just want to give a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't take what I say as financial advice. I'm simply sharing.
Oh, sorry.
If you want to sell online, make sure you stand out.
That was an error, so let's verify it again.
Yeah, ticker symbol JMIA.
Can you imagine? You get first speak?
No.
Jumia.
Okay, Jumia is what?
Jumia is the first one you mentioned.
Jumia is a company that's
Are you serious?
And it's working to build a digital world over there. They're trying to connect Africans with each other by bringing consumer goods and services to everyone around the area. As for what they do, they're trying to improve everyday life in Africa by using technology to deliver innovative, convenient, and affordable online goods and services to consumers. Jumia is supporting the growth of African companies because more than 110,000 local African companies did some sort of business on Jumia in 2019. They are taking the African economy online so that they could reach and better serve more consumers. Lastly, they are here to create an impact in Africa by opening up new opportunities to the people, by creating jobs and developing new skills on the continent. So as you guys can tell, they sound like a very solid company, and I personally love what they're doing. I feel like our world is slowly shifting towards a digital economy, and this was bound to happen sooner or later. Long term, I think we're going to see Jumia grow tremendously in the upcoming years as it gets more popular in Africa and more widely used. Now let's talk a little bit about the financials and Jumia's IPO was at $14.50 and reached up to $50 a share right off the bat. However, the stock plunged from there because there were several concerns, including weak financial results, fraud in their Salesforce ranks, and attacks from investors shorting the stock. Eventually, they fell down to nearly $2 a share back in March, but during this time, a lot of companies struggled financially because of the pandemic. But surprisingly, since October, the stock has skyrocketed higher, gaining 500% in the last 3 months. One of the reasons—
Did you hear that?
Bullish endorsement by Citron Research, investment firm ran by Andrew Left. He called Jumia a generational buy and said that an investment from a partner like Alibaba or SoftBank was inevitable. Now, even though long term I think Jumia is a great buy, we have to keep in mind that they are still financially recovering from this year. Their gross merchandise volume, which basically means the total value of goods sold on their platform, dropped 28% year over year to 187 million euros in the quarter. The stock also plunged after the third quarter earnings report because revenue fell 18% year over year to 33.7 million euros. Now, something that investors shouldn't ignore is that Africa lacks much of the infrastructure that a lot of these e-commerce companies rely on. A lot of parts throughout the continent lack street addresses, and a lot of Africans don't have bank accounts and solely rely on cash. These are pretty big challenges for a company like Jumia, and it definitely won't be easy to overcome. But overall, if we're looking long term, of course, there will be much more development in Africa as time goes. And I really see e-commerce being a prominent part of Africa in the upcoming years. Like I said earlier, our world is heading towards a digital market. And will definitely rise to the top. Now, the next topic I have for you guys is C Limited, ticker symbol S. C Limited is a company from Southeast Asia.
Owó tún ní Shopee.
Hello?
Owó tún ní Shopee, ṣé Africa ló wà?
No, it's not South Africa. It's in Asia. So what this guy, let me just show you the strategy this guy used in this video. Now, we are looking at Amazon is a big guy in the game. So we are looking at, so it's not looking into local e-commerce system, local e-commerce platforms that are peculiar to a region, especially developing region, that as that region keeps developing, that platform also will be developing. So that's why he picked Jumia for Africa, and I cannot but agree with him. Now, because as it stands today, I don't think Jumia has any major competitor in Africa, not only in Nigeria, in Africa.
Of course.
So now, many people struggle to buy Jumia's IPO when they went live. Was it last year or the year before? Now he's speaking Shopee also for Asia. So you know that both two continents, in quotes, are developing nation, are developing continent. So whatever makes those continents become better makes those platforms also become better, and that's what investors are looking at. They are looking at scalability. Remember what we said about scalability?
Yes.
So that's the bulk of the reason behind these two picks that he's working with, Jumia and the Shopee thing. And then these guys are not just only into e-commerce; they also have e-payments. So these ones are, spreading their tentacles to make sure that they're able to overcome all the challenges of e-commerce. So let's now say that the two picks are very interesting to us. We want to dig into them more, and then you prefer this video form of research. You can go back to YouTube and then search for all I need to know about Jumia.
Are they the same as you?
Or why are you with me, sir?
Yeah, more for me.
Can touch on the factors that
So why to invest in Jumia shares?
recent events.
So we'll see more videos. So look at this now. Is Jumia stocks actually a good investment? 3 months ago, 17 minutes. Now, of course, like I kept saying, everybody has their own sentiment. But what you are looking for are facts. And that's why when you watch some of these videos, you must watch it with your book and with your pen or with your notepad to make sure that you are jotting the fact and not just carried away by the sentiment. So look at it, owned by European, built for Africa. That's Jumia. What you need to know to make money. So the Amazon of Africa. Look at this. This is what somebody else is calling it. The Amazon of Africa. So Jumia stock split. So all of those things, by the time you do some of those check and we are done with. So for currently now, we have Jumia. Let's say we have Jumia and we have, you can see that this method is faster than having to, when we're looking for e-commerce to invest in, we didn't even see Jumia pop up at all in our Google search.
Of course.
So for us to even get to Jumia, if we're using the former method, we'll do a lot of research. So now I want to pick the ticker of this second e-commerce so that we can go check their charts.
Well, it could be the fact you're not giving the person a fair assessment because of things spilling over from the previous appraisals, etc. We talk about it. That came out earlier when we talked about some of the mediums of the appraisals.
So the stock is, you can see the stock seems to be growing steadily. The one for C Limited. So let's go to our chart and go and search for them. The first one is Jumia, JM. This is Jumia. So this is Jumia, and then we can have their charts. I know I have not. We are here to discuss how to check for technical when it comes to buying. But then one thing is fundamental when it comes to technical. You don't want to buy the top of the share. You don't want to buy the highest price the share is in the market. The highest price of Jumia in the market that it has been is $69. So let's say if it is still currently there, then we are not buying. Now, but it is currently on 43. So we might be interested in it, but we have not decided yet until we do our full technical. So I just want to mention that you don't buy a stock at the top, at the highest price is being. That would be tantamount to just jumping, catching it for jumping on a moving train. 9 out of 10 times that person will get wounded if you jump on a moving train, high-speed train for that matter. So let's look for C Limited also.
Be careful what you control. It goes through again where issues come from them and others. But we're back there.
Now, after we have checked the, I didn't get the ticker of that. Let me go straight for the ticker.
Look at yourself. Think about how you felt about life when you were a child, how you felt as you moved into your teens, now into your adulthood, etc.
So the stock ticker is SE. So let's go look for SE.
Those engineers, but they would tend to go as part of their career development, etc. They would go and work with an international scene where they could make incredible amounts of money. If you never have been in this.
So look at this also. Are you still with me?
Oh God, I'm cheap.
So look at this also. So look at this. The highest price was 282, but currently on 239. And I look at it. it will go up, come down, it will go up more, come down. So in fact, C limited stock might be a good one to buy at the moment, based on what I'm saying. Based on what I'm saying. But we are not buying anything. We're just going to put them on our watch list for now. Because we are still, we are still doing research. So you can just, so if on your account, you can just click on follow on your TradeView account. You can just click on follow. You can also follow that of Jumia so that it can be easy for you to track. So once one is done with, all of this research, that's when we will now go back to the last place is, okay, where do I buy this thing? That's the last thing. So all the platforms we are trying to open from the beginning, they are needed last. So you know that you can buy Jumia on Passfolio. You can as well buy it probably on Nutmeg. So it's your choice where you want to buy Jumia.
Okay.
The other one of SE, I'm sure that you can be able to see it on both as well, because Passfolio also deal with foreign stocks. So we won't just, and that's what normally led to having multiple platforms like that. So if you search on Passfolio and we can't find, we search on for example, Nutmeg and we can't find, then we'll have to look out for a platform where we can buy the shares of C Limited. So last, I always say that it is what we want to buy that determine where we buy it. But many people, they only buy what their platform provided.
Okay.
So, but no, that's not the best way to do it. Go do your research. When you know what you want to do, then it is a platform that can sell it to you, or you can buy it from, or buy it through. That's the platform we are going to sell to it. So what we are going to do now, between now and next class, I need you to give me from different industries now, two different companies from like 3 industries, so making 6 countries that you think they are valuable to invest in and why. So just create a document. It doesn't have to be very elaborate. Just the name of the stocks, the country, the ticker, and then why you think they might fit into our long-term investment portfolio. Like I said, there are different types of portfolio we can create, but currently we are looking at long-term.
Okay.
So you will give me two companies in each industry. Now we've done e-commerce now. Unless you see a company that is better than Jumia and C, then I don't expect to see another company from e-commerce anymore. So that means you go look out for other industry. Let me give you an expo a little bit. You can look at biotechnology, you can look at AI, you can look at robotics, you can look at fintech. So those are industries that will dominate the future. So you can first Google industries that will dominate the future, then look at companies that are very instrumental to all of that. Then we can start looking at the companies that we can invest in for that.
All right.
So let me quickly go over what we've done so far today. Now, the first thing is we look out for the industry that will dominate the future, because we are trying to find rare gems for our long-term portfolio. So once we find the industry, we look at companies in that industry. First, we need to know the market leader of our industry. So then we'll now look at a rare gem undervalued stock in that industry. Now, the reason we are looking for the leader of the industry first is so that we can use it for valuation for the undervalued one. So either we choose to invest in the market leader or not is another discussion. But then we need to know the leader of that industry first, so that we can know if this new rare gem is going to grow, how high can it grow? Do you understand?
Okay. Yes.
So for example, now Amazon is the leader of e-commerce globally, and Amazon is sitting on trillions of dollars market cap. If Jumia is going to if Jumia is going to do $1 trillion market cap, now how much percentage are we likely to do? It's simple. Jumia is currently $4.5 billion market cap. So if you put 1 trillion divided by 4.5 billion, we have 100 divided by 4. So we have an average of 5x or 10x or even more. So that's how we look at the potential growth possible for, just a general thing. Just to see the room for growth for the undervalued shares we are looking at. So it is important to know the leader of the industry before we start looking for the undervalued shares there. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Are you sure you understand everything we've said so far?
Yeah, you hear me
Okay.
perfectly.
Okay. So
now, the only
okay.
clarification which I want to make is, now, for us to make our research based on what we did today.
Okay.
For us to make our research, that means we have platforms like the TradingView, the YouTube,
yes,
and probably the Wikipedia.
Yes.
So as soon as we get those information, then we select each of the companies that will go for us to buy now. If we decide to buy after doing all our research, then we can use the platform of Nutmeg.
Yes.
Or other ones that's great, like Lansdowne, Agrips.
Yes, or Passfolio.
Okay, now I understand. So those ones are just to buy after we have made our necessary research.
Yes, it is not that we cannot do research with them, but they are limited in terms of their research. That I know that Passfolio also gives some financial statements report and all of that. But nothing is good as you going into the deep and search those things out yourself, if possible, on the company's website to verify some of this information and not trust, because they want to sell markets.
Of course.
Not trust their judgments. So that's why it's always good to have broad review, broad research, so that we just settle down with them to buy or sell alone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll still have a look anyways. Like this TradingView, is it only applicable to foreign stocks, or it's also applicable to countries like Nigeria? Fine, Jumia is built by European, but in Africa. You understand? Yes. Like, for example, companies that are established by Nigerians and stays only in Nigeria.
Now, one thing about
also.
Yes, one thing about TradingView is it's not even limited to stocks alone. So you can research stocks, cryptocurrency, commodity. Look at the market we have here. You can see cryptocurrency, currency, stocks, indices, future bonds. So under bonds, you can even see Africa under bonds. So if you want to analyze bonds that are from Africa, so most likely if you click on bonds here in Africa, we'll probably see Nigerian bonds as well. So if you have stocks, we can, if Nigerian stocks are valuable enough, like we said in the last class, and they are listed where they can be found, you will see them here also.
Okay.
And if you don't see them, you can go and look for them on the Nigerian Stock Exchange if they are so much valuable to us to research. We'll see them on Nigerian Stock Exchange. The information are out there. But even for the ones that are on Nigerian Stock Exchange, I have seen some of them here in TradingView or on investing.com. So I just prefer TradingView because everything is together here. I don't have to be opening one platform from the other, and all of that. So I can do everything here. That's why I prefer this.
Okay. One more question, because there is one stockbroker that introduced something to me, like I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Now, among the companies listed,
okay,
I discovered that one of the companies was not listed on Nigerian Stock Exchange, but it was telling there's another platform where those ones were listed.
Okay. And it's a Nigerian company, Nabi?
It's a Nigerian company, yes.
I don't know.
So
If it is a Nigerian company, it should be listed on Nigeria, because that's what makes it a publicly traded stocks in Nigeria.
okay.
If you know the name of the
So that
company, maybe
means
I can search it out and provide specific.
it's Wamco.
One.
I want to pick me key. Wamco. WAMCO.
Okay. Are you sure they're even Nigerian? But I will work on. I'll research them anyway. But I'm not even sure those guys are Nigerian.
I think these people, I want to pick milk, so it's possible they are from Netherlands, because people, I think they originate from Netherlands. So maybe that's why they are not listed on. Yeah, Wamco, exactly.
Okay.
So let's see if we can see them on Trading View, since they are not from this team. Check it.